Hello, Mr. Goo Goo.
Good day, good day.
Happy Sunday to you.
Happy Sunday. Amen, the Lord's Day.
Amen, the Lord's Day. Let's kick off this day, this Sunday. Still, the word Saturday almost comes out of my mouth every time.
Yeah.
But let's just start the Sunday off with a happy birthday to Justin in Chiging First Nation, Kimmy D's Pops.
Hey, happy birthday.
Starting his 82nd trip around the sun today. So that's a big deal. He is, yeah, he is an awesome fella. And so, yeah, so happy birthday, Justin. Fun fact. Saturday nights are so fun to have off.
There's always stuff going on, right?
There is. Like every Saturday, I marveled at the fact that for 3 years on Saturday nights, we hung out together and I don't think I even knew things were happening on Saturday nights in the world.
That's funny. Just living in bliss.
Yeah, we were just living in bliss, hanging out. And so I don't know if folks at home, if folks are happy with the move to Sunday, but I can tell you that I've quite enjoyed having Saturday nights. Last night went out for dinner with friends, and other times it's just delightful. Like things happen on Saturday night in the world.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. There was some huge UFC fights last night.
Yes.
The MMA, and oh my god, it was crazy. It was a crazy card. I wish I pulled the highlights up, but yeah, just the last couple fights were just crazy. And Alex Pereira won, so he's bringing that belt. Or I think he defended his belt. Sorry, so big. That's a big win from Brazil there. He's really cool. He came out with his headdress and stuff.
Really?
Or I don't know if it's that fight, but another fight before that. Even when he got the belt, he brought it home to Brazil, and he had his what they would have as regalia and stuff, and all with the face paint, and it was so awesome. Cool.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm surprised by? I'm surprised there haven't been, and maybe there have been that I don't know because I don't really follow UFC, but Maori fighters in that octagon.
Yeah, I'm sure there have been. We just haven't really.
Yeah, maybe someone Google that and find out for us.
I know Max Holloway too. He's I think Samoan and Hawaiian.
Oh, okay. So Corey said, I just posted up there, good evening, guys. So hey to Corey, but I think we need a sports update from Corey as well. If we're going to talk about UFC, we should also talk about Arsenal.
Yes.
Did they win today, Corey? Give us an update in the chat, because I won't ever know what happens with football or soccer without Corey's thing. No, they did not win.
Oh no.
Boo.
Who all scored?
Would you know their players? Would you know them?
No. But people listening might.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. I'm going to bet against that, but first time this season they've trailed.
Well, I mean, this is going to be eternally on the internet forever, so.
So yeah. So what was the score, Corey? You have a little sport update from Corey Moore. I felt like they didn't win because I didn't get they're 2 goals in 2.5 minutes. Oh goodness. I normally get 2-0. Oh, they didn't just trail, they got skunked.
They lost 2-0. That's crazy.
So they are no longer in first place, I'm going to presume.
Wow.
So I can't help but think of them now through the lens of Ted Lasso, just to be clear. When I think of that team, I still
haven't watched Ted Lasso.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was the best show I've seen in the last 5 years on TV.
Really? That's the name of the show, Ted Lasso?
Ted Lasso, yeah.
Right.
It was fantastic. And as you know, I don't have I believe sport is important. I believe it matters. Today, Avery was at the Avery was at the
in New York?
Yeah, at the United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues. Okay. And lo and behold, who is there but with Dr. Willie Littlechild, Chief Littlechild, giving recommendations about implementing sport calls to action and getting youth and young people in the Olympics.
Nice.
So hands up to Chief Little Child and Avery and all of the other young folks and not so young who are in New York at the United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues, who are making important calls around not just sport but the planet, around Earth, the land, languages, culture, revitalization, and battling genocide around the world. And so, it is.
Yeah, shout out to everyone there.
That's huge. It is huge. It is. We used to sponsor 3 Things. Used to sponsor groups that went down there, and we haven't in a couple of years. No, I know, just partly because no one's asked. So, not that that's an invitation, but
like with programming and stuff, or like just like sponsoring financially.
Just financial support.
Oh, okay.
Make sure folks could go. But yeah, it is. So it's awesome that Avery's there. Not surprising. Although, in fairness, last Saturday, if I was Avery and I was going to New York to the UN Forum, I would have been like, "Oh, and guess what I'm doing?"
Yeah, just let that out, eh? So humble. I love it.
Totally, just completely humble. So we look forward to an update from Avery around that. I think she was going to try to engage with him a bit to make sure he knows what we're working on, and
hero.
Yeah, total hero. Like, without a doubt, hero and a half. So it is Sunday, and today I started packing. Well, not just today, actually. Simon and I last week started the process of packing up our office.
Oh, man.
Move this summer.
End of an era.
And so
that's crazy.
But I did go look at some new house/offices, and there was a special room for you in the one I looked at. I didn't take that one, but here's the weirdness. So I go to look at this place, and
is it where you were showing me when I was last down in that like new housing area?
No, this is like, it was this housing area is probably 20 years old, maybe 25 years old, but the house was identical to JJ and Johnny's house. It was the same like design to a T. Like, it was mind blowing. And I'm walking through it, and it had been updated. So it was an updated version of their house, but the layout and everything was exactly the same. And I'm like, this is familiar. Like, and then I'm like, oh my God, this is JJ's house.
That's funny.
Yeah, but it was a nice house, and the landlord, I really quite enjoyed him, and I thought there could be hope there, but there was, the bedrooms were right small. Like, they were like, you have a small bedroom, like, and they were bigger because your bedroom, if I remember correctly, is mostly looks like a bed on a boat, right? Like,
bed on a boat? What do you mean?
Like, you just have
the bed's on the boat, right?
Like the bed on the boat. Like, it was tiny. Your bedroom is tiny,
right? My wall.
Yes. There's a bed, there's a wall, and then there's a walkthrough.
Yeah.
So I think they would look pretty similar to that, like all the rooms, right? So, and I'm not totally, I've been spoiled because I have a large bedroom, but I could have a smaller bedroom, but they just might have been too small. You know what I mean? Like, so it just didn't seem, so there was that. But the other problem is there's no storage, and our workspace takes so much storage. Oh my God.
I was going to ask that. How are you going to are you going to get like a storage unit or build a shed?
Build a shed. But then we'll just hang out in the shed.
Yeah. That'll be the new studio shed.
The new studio shed. No, we're looking for a place big enough that will have like a separate office area and workspace area and stuff. So it's going to take some effort. I'm going to need to probably put a little more, like, I went to look at one, I'm going to look at another one this week. I think like next week I've got to like dig in and get aggressive. I wrote an essay, really an essay.
Just for fun?
Well, no, I thought I would like post it on the internet to tell landlords, hey, listen, this is what I'm looking for. And because what I'm looking for, because here's the thing, I consciously made a decision to not buy a house. I have no desire to own a house. Zero. Like, this much desire.
It fascinates me, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, I would rather go on vacation than buy a roof. I'd rather go on vacation than buy a furnace. I'd rather give away money to good things than buy a driveway. Like, those are the things that I want to do with my money. I don't want to, I want to be able to pick up my little telephone and say, the water's not working. Can you please have someone fix it? That's what I want. And many people find it very annoying. And hello to Lana there. Hello, Lana. A lot of people think it's very annoying that I wouldn't want to own a house, but I just don't want to. It's not in my vision. If I were ever to buy property, it would be somewhere in the south, and it would be warm. I don't know if you ever read Duddy Kravitz, The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz. Might be a little after before your time, but those of you who have read it, he talks about in this book. It's a prominent Canadian book, and I think the line is something like, "You're not a man without a home or without land," or something, right? And I've never bought into that. Like, I think Duddy Kravitz was wrong. If we had a big literary audience, people would be throwing stuff at their screens right now, just so you know.
Okay.
But so either way, but I do want to acknowledge, though, as a renter, because based on what rents are, if I'm going to live somewhere for 10 years, which has been sort of an average of what I've had, if I'm going to live somewhere for 10 years, I'm probably going to give that person $360,000 to $400,000. So that is, where I sit at it, a reciprocal relationship. Like, I will benefit and you will benefit, and let's treat each other like that. And let's not be like, right now, landlords seem to have all this power and control, right?
100%. Yeah.
I'm not into that. I don't want that. I don't want to live in someone's house that won't allow me to make it my home. And I want to live in a house that becomes our home right quick, and that I will treat it like my home, and you will do your job, which is make sure it's maintained, right, when needed. And where it's not, yeah, so I don't know. So I wrote an essay about it, and I've checked it out, and I haven't posted it because it's really a long post. But I thought it was quite good. It was good to write, if nothing else. So, yeah. So
I can't wait to read it.
Well, maybe I'll post it in the chat then.
Nice.
We are working on planning our youth engagement sessions in Atlantic, Canada, and we had a call with you and your team this week about it last week. And so we're looking at May or June to come out and do some great sessions with young people. But we want to just share another video that came out of the gathering in Ottawa with folks. It's a short little video, but it's we asked young people how they felt at the event. And so I think we should share with folks. Does that sound all right to you?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, so, and I apologize because I didn't prep it really, so I think it's going to be land of the East. All right, so
we're cut off there. What were you saying?
We're going to just start it over here. Here we go. Okay, are you ready, Freddie? Here we go.
Sweet.
In the land of the East, where the sea meets the sky, the voices of the youth begin to rise. From Atlantic shores to the capital's embrace, they gather strength, empowered by grace. Oh, can you hear the echoes of the youth? They're speaking loud. Their words hold true. With open hearts, we'll stand as one, supporting the dreams of the daughters and sons. In the halls of power, they now make their claim. 20 young warriors united in their aim. With wisdom beyond their tender years, they bring their message, dispelling fear. In the land of the East, where the sea meets the sky, the voices of the youth begin to rise. From Atlantic shores to the capital's embrace, they gather strength, empowered by grace. Oh, can you hear the echoes of the youth? They're speaking loud. Their words hold true. With open hearts, we'll stand as one, supporting the dreams of the daughters and sons. In the halls of power, they now make their claim. 20 young warriors united in their aim. With wisdom beyond their tender years, they bring their message, dispelling fears. In the land of the east, where the sea meets the sky, the voices of the youth begin to rise. From Atlantic shores to the capital's embrace, they gather strength, empowered by grace. Can you hear the echoes of the youth? They're speaking loud. Their words hold true. With open hearts, we'll stand as one, supporting the dreams of the daughters and sons. In the halls of power, they now make their claim. 20 young warriors united in their aim. With wisdom beyond their tender years, they bring their message, dispelling fears.
Jackie.
Love that.
Yeah.
Miss that fella.
Oh wait, are we? Oh, we can't. No one can see us. Hold on. There we go. Now we're back.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Can they hear us too? Hopefully.
Yeah, they can hear us too. Yeah. Jeff says powerful. It was powerful, wasn't it, Jeff? It was excellent. And Tracy's cheering. Anyone else cheering? And yeah, and it's always awesome when we get to see Jackie at the end there. It is that is 10 years old almost, that video of Jackie.
What?
He taught
That's
us how to do stop something animation. Stop, what is it? Stop something
Stop
or other.
motion.
Stop motion. There you go. And thank you, Carol. It was, wasn't it? We put the lyrics to the song that we used in the chat if you want to see it. Simon and I, next week we're going to talk more, and I think we might have a few artists join us because I want to have a couple.
Just you said you copied the lyrics that you guys used. What do you mean?
So the lyrics that was used in that video we put in the chat.
Wait, did you make that song?
Well, we make it is a loose term. It was made by AI, and That's
so crazy.
It was this, yeah, like it was very, very cool, and I was really sort of like intrigued by it, how easy this little app is. Do we want to? Our guests are waiting, but I want to. So we're going to get to them in 1 millisecond. But I'll just play one little song. Does that sound all right? Here, this is another song that we were playing with.
In the land of ice and snow, where the cold winds blow, there lived a man named Simonic, a sailor of the north, with fierce determination and a spirit untamed. He set sail across the Arctic, chasing adventures unclaimed. On this trusty vessel, with its sails so bold and grand, Simonic sailed the frozen sea. Guided by the stars, command through endless nights of darkness, he would steer towards the light, conquering the icy waters with every fiber of his might.
So that's the gist of it there. So we were playing around with it. It was a song about Simonic. Ironically, there was a better song about Simonic that we started with. And this one here.
Simonic, singer from the north, with her heart set on the waves, heading forth. She sets it.
But they thought, AI thought Simonic was her.
Yeah.
But
that's cool, though. That's crazy. What a time to be alive.
It is. And so so we did talk to artists in our collective before using it in that video, because we were a little bit like, should we be using AI created song?
I thought it was like an Ed Sheeran song. I was like, oh, I've never heard this before.
Well, so it was a debate, and one of the conversations was it's not monetized. We're not monetized. We don't monetize our YouTube channel. We don't monetize Facebook. So it was what it was. We decided to use it. But yeah, it is very fun little app and tool. So yeah. But I think we're going to have a show where we talk about it a little more at depth. But all of those things to be said, those comments that came from that video came from the We're Listening 2024 gathering. And last week we had the opportunity to have a throwback guest from 2019. And tonight we get to have that same privilege. Our pal Kody, who you'll remember from the Northwest Territories, turned up in Kingston this week. And I got a very excited message from Grandmother Kate the other day. They had gone out and had pizza, and I was super jealous. So then we headed out to, I got to meet up with Kody on Friday. I love always bringing anyone from the North to a buffet because it's like a fun, like cultural, like explosion of excitement. A plate of food like this big. And then today they both came and joined us for dinner tonight here at the House of Dysfunction and Three Things office. And so we're super excited that live from the House of Dysfunction, we have Kody and Grandmother Kate. Hello.
Welcome. It's so good to see you guys.
It's good to see you too, Brennan. Long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man.
Right?
What, 5 years? That's crazy.
Yeah, about there. 5 years, 5.5 years.
Yeah, went by quick though. It's good seeing you too, Grandmother Kate. You're doing good.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to point out, Brennan, that Cody's mustache is much more fulsome than yours.
Well, it was 5 years ago too. I've been growing this 2 weeks. You can't really see it, but
well, it is fantastic to have Kody and Kate here, and I'm so grateful for Kate's message the other night saying that Kody was in town. And so, what brings you to Kingston, Kody?
Well, I just got out of the sober living house. I was staying over in Toronto for about 2 months now. Still trying to be in and out of the rooms. I was in recovery since 2020. So I thought, why try to go back north if I can explore Ontario while I still have the chance. So I didn't know you lived over here. So I kind of knew Kate, lived in Tyendinaga. So it's not far from here. And visiting my sister, and yeah, exploring.
Awesome.
Good for you, man. That's amazing.
That is amazing, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic to have you here in shared Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee territory, and I'm so thrilled that we got to share a couple meals together. It was fun watching you at the buffet. That was a delight.
Where'd you guys go?
Mandarin.
Nice.
Overloaded
plate. Robot.
The picture was just delightful, like every kind of food group in one mountain of a pile. Like,
that's awesome.
Like
may as well.
Yeah.
So and Kate, how was what was it? Just out of, because I'm not surprised that Kody A remembered you lived in this area and B reached out. And so, what was that like when you guys got to reconnect on Thursday?
Oh, it was such a nice surprise that he was going to be in the area, and that has been, a long time. And I think we were in Alberta last time we got together at the River Cree,
Yeah.
thing there. Yeah. So, yeah, that was an experience. Out there in Alberta, and but yeah, it was really good to see him here and taking on the good ways of living. Yeah.
Exactly. And Bernard and Tammy both were very excited you were here, and they couldn't join us tonight only because it's their grandson Declan's birthday today.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday,
So
Declan.
they sent their love, though, without a doubt. And yeah. So that said, so happy birthday to Declan as well. Declan and Justin birthdays today.
Oh, happy birthday to both of them.
Pardon me?
So happy birthday to both of them.
Yes.
How old are they?
Declan, I don't know how old Declan would be. Like maybe
3.
Like he's the youngest, I think, of all of them.
Oh,
So I'd say about
That's
3-ish. And Justin turned 82 today.
oh.
Just to clarify, Brennan Gugu has a mustache and a beard? No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I left out that earlier.
He is 3 today. Oh, Declan is 3 today. Yeah, so Lana just updated
That's
us.
awesome.
So when we watched that, you guys just saw the video of the feedback from young people who were at our gathering in February. Was it February? No. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems like it was 2 weeks ago, but in fact, it was 2 months ago. Well, no, because it was the end of February, right? Yeah. So it was the end of February.
It was
So
like a month. Yeah, a month.
Yeah, a month and a bit.
2 months.
But when you watched that, Kody, did it remind you of your experience, guys? So Kody took part, and Kate was there, and Brendan was there as part of our team. I think JJ was there as well. In Raised Voices, Carriers of Hope, and that event had 36 young people, First Nation young people from across the country, and your group created magic, first of all, and secondly, created a powerful tool that certainly at Three Things, we have carried forward these calls to action you created around education as best as we could to make sure that adults heard those messages. When you think back to that event, what was that experience like for you when you took part in that first Raised Voices in Ottawa in 2019 or 2019?
Well, it was really inspiring to see how much things could get done with a group of young people, and that kind of gave me encouragement to work with other youth organizations and nonprofits across the country. And from 2020, I've been in and out of treatment, so I've been kind of working a lot with young people too and youth at risk. And we just recently created a Dene National Youth Council for the Northwest Territories. I'm one of the council members and one of the head of them, and we worked a lot with the Western Arctic Youth Collaborative over in Alaska, Yukon, and the Northern Northwest Territories. I also sit on that board a bit. Just creating and implementing projects for young people to try to give them hope and stuff.
Excellent. And Kate, when you see those events, like Raised Voices, for an example, and many other events that we've been so lucky to have you a part of, why do you think it matters for young people that those spaces are there?
Well, I see this pattern happen every time we get together with youth from the beginning to the end. When they all come in, they all look like deer in the headlights. Oh, a bunch of strangers. Well, how am I going to feel, and how am I going to be accepted? And then at the end of it, they're all crying because they don't want to leave each other and they don't want to leave us. So lots of magic happens in between to make that the way it is. And I love being a part of it.
And why do you think it matters, Kate, that you and Bernard and other elders come and join and sit in that space with those young people? Why do you think that matters?
I think it matters because, well, we're positive and we're loving and we're accepting and where our love is unconditional.
And
And I'm pretty sure they feel that.
would that be a fair assessment, Kody?
Yeah, that's true. And especially getting to reconnect with our original roots and talking with elders really brings out a side of young people that you don't see.
Calling you original roots, Kate? I think Kody just called you old. Our original roots.
Well, I mean, like our native roots. I meant to say. Not
I think Cody's taking the bus back to his sisters. Oh goodness.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Go, Brendan. Yeah.
I was gonna say there's something about like when you're able to like just create this like genuine like safe space, you know, like I don't want to like overuse the word space, but just like when you can create an environment where people can come and be vulnerable, and I guess not outwardly be vulnerable, but be put in situations where they feel like they're a deer in the headlights, but still come out safe and okay, and be able to like like self-reflect and learn and have fun and just be kind of in the same boat as everyone else. And like you said, that those like that last day or everyone's leaving and stuff, like, it's just magic, eh?
Yeah.
It's just so cool. Peter, sorry.
Well, no, I was just going to ask Kate, why does it matter to you that you're at these events? Like, why is it important, and what does it do for you when you're hanging out with a group of teenagers?
It gives me definite hope and, well, a vision that the future's in good hands. Totally good hands. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Mhm.
I don't know how to share my screen. We've determined this with this service we use now. But there is a photograph from that Raised Voices event that is one of my very favorite photographs of all time. And it's a picture of Quinn, who's been on our team in a number of projects. And we first met Quinn when he was like 15. And the young people, you were all at the front, Kody, presenting your calls to action by action. And Quinn very quickly had drawn out a heart on paper. And he drew that heart and he was holding that sign up like this while you were speaking. And I got a picture of him, and you can actually, in that photograph, you can feel the love pouring out of Quinn. And he wouldn't have been much older than you are now at that point, probably. And he just, that love and care and pride in all of the young people in that moment captured that. I look at that picture sometimes still, because it reminds me of just the strength of that gathering. And all of our gatherings have those similar sort of tones, and not one isn't better than the other. But that group, there was 36, which was a really powerful number. Like when we do our events, they normally have 20. But that 36 group of 36 was just so strong. And yeah, like from that event, Kody, do you have any contact with any of the other folks that were there still to this day?
Yeah, I still talk with Ariana and Ernestine, and we just reminisce about life.
Excellent.
I love that so much.
Haley.
Oh yeah, and Haley too. I saw her not long ago.
Excellent.
Nice.
And here's a fun fact, Kody, that you might not know, but Brennan started as a participant in one of our programs as well.
Yeah.
Did you know
Yeah,
that?
back in 2017.
2017.
Well, I'm not far behind you.
No.
And
Right.
and so what I really get thrilled with is when folks have had that opportunity. And Kody, I want to just acknowledge and thank you for sharing bravely about what brought you to Ontario and that this path that you're on. And I have long felt and believe strongly that young people who are able at a younger age, and I said this to you the other night, like that at your age, who are looking at issues around substance use and abuse in your life and the life that you want to have. I always get jealous, right? Like, because it took me another decade to get to that space, to be able to create that different path for myself, and I know that my life is easier today because I'm not using, right? Like, I know that when challenges are presented to me, they're easier to address now than they were 16 years ago. And so when I think about you, I get a real sort of warm sense of heart. Like, my heart is warmed to know that you are doing what you can do to walk in this path that is different for you, right? And
Yeah.
different for, then I imagine, lots of your friends and family, because it is different when you're young and making these decisions around sobriety.
Mhm.
So I just want to acknowledge, I just want to lift you up for sharing that when we started this. Do you think that here's a controversial question for all of you. When young people come to events, whether they're ours or someone else's, do you think that there is, I guess, or maybe not, do you think, but do you remember going home from that trip, Kody?
I think so.
Do you remember how it felt when you got home? Like, you were nestled with 36 young people for 5 days, the support of this community, and then you get home. Do you remember what that felt like?
Well, yeah, it was quite cold when I got home, and it was sunny out and it was beautiful, and I was thinking, oh, this seems so boring, and like I didn't really have friends at the time because they were all in active addiction and I didn't really drink, and so it just kind of felt lonely, and to have those connections that I made out here, it just made me feel more hopeful and content with my future. And now that looking back on it 5 years ago from now, I wouldn't even have imagined where I am today.
Mhm.
Yeah. Awesome. What about you, Brennan? When you finished the Miss It Nogama, so Kody again, Brennan sailed across the ocean on a big pirate.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And so when that finished and you left, you and Billy, you went and had a little adventure in Europe, right?
Yeah, to Paris and Brussels.
Do you remember what you were feeling when you left the group?
Yeah, well, like Kody said, I appreciate that you brought that up. Was the connections and like feeling lonely? It was like you miss those people that you made that connection with. Like we talked about that magic that happens in that short amount of time. Like it's powerful when it comes to you, and it's powerful when it leaves too, right? Like you still feel it when you're not like with physically connected with that person. And so yeah, like it is hard. It's like really cool that you get to meet meet beautiful people from other places and build these connections and relationships, but it's also really hard to deal with the leaving them and not having them. And then the big come down for me too that I always notice is the like, oh, I'm not on cloud nine anymore. Like I'm not on top of the world, or I don't feel like I'm making a big difference in this moment, or I'm not like hanging out with my new friends or meeting new people or making, maybe I am making new experiences and stuff, but it's not the same. Like it's not that like that big pedestal that I was just on. So like it's kind of, for me, it's always like a visual of like kind of like rolling down a hill. It's like you get to the top, you're like, yeah, this is awesome, and then you trip and fall down. But it's like it's just part of the journey, right? So I think just the more, like, I've had a lot of experiences and I've been lucky to be able to get used to that. So by the time that happened, I was kind of prepared for it, and I was also with Billy, and he as well had gone through a lot of stuff. So like we were kind of prepared for that already, but even still, like it was so difficult to leave that and to just. There's so many questions. You go home like with like, are people gonna be? I mean, first of all, do people even care that I did this thing? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but like, are they gonna like think I'm like full of myself coming back? Are people gonna be proud of me? Are people not gonna be proud of me? Or, you know, that and how am I gonna handle this when I go home? How am I gonna take all this experience with me? Like, there's just so much that you never know. I don't know. Yeah, super long-winded answer. I apologize, but
No, because I asked the question because I do wonder sometimes in our world how we actually can prep folks for that return home, right? Because quite often the end is coming, we're like wrapping up, we're moving into like get you on planes, get you safely home, get you like the final circle is closed. Kate has said the final words. Bernard has offered the final thoughts. We move into like get home mode. And I think that there's something to be said about figuring out how we ensure that when folks get home, that lonely feeling, right, isn't as heavy or isn't super heavy. And so I just put that out there to ponder. I see this comment here from Lana from the video. She said she saw many times in the messages, safe and safe place. And that idea that young people don't feel safe anywhere and that lack of communication that happens and technology, right? Less and less time sitting and talking, more and more time with like, sorry, 1 second. More and more time with our eyes on our phones, right? And but it's true. It is. I think that's one of the strengths of these gatherings is that we're face to face. We're sitting in circle, right? And we're sitting in that circle, and we are heart to heart, and we're face to face. For some reason, my camera is making like. Does anyone know? Do you notice that, Brennan? I'm only like chest. I'm like neck up on this video today. Sorry,
no.
A totally side note. I was video, and I'm like, why can I only see my head?
Are you? Yeah, I don't know. I can see like from the second button up.
Oh, okay.
We can.
Weird. Normally, there's more of me.
No, I haven't noticed.
Sorry. But yeah, I think there is something to be said in that technology piece, certainly. But I think the technology. I wonder if there is a link because at our gatherings, people use their phones and stuff, but not when we're in circle, right? People are focused on what we're doing in the space, and it's a norm. Like right away, we create that norm. Put your phone away, please. Yep, thanks, excellent. There we go, right? Whereas I think in schools and other spaces, it's acceptable to be like this all the time. And I don't think it's young people alone; it's adults too, right? Like it's like all of us. Like we all are part of that challenge. So yeah, I wonder if that is why our events are a little bit special. I don't know. I have a video from 2019. So I haven't watched it today. So I've not seen it probably since 2019. But it's on our YouTube channel. And so I actually don't know. Again, I don't know what the video is. I think it might be a live video, potentially. It might be something that we shot live. But should we take a look at it and just see?
Yeah, may as well.
Yeah.
It's not like a promo video, is it?
No, there is that one of 2019 Brennan, though.
No, we don't need to watch that.
Video, but I did not prep that one to share. But let's just take a look at this video here and see. And if it's like totally dumb, we could stop it. Okay, video file. What did I do with it?
I was trying to find that picture of Quinn.
Oh, it could. That would be.
I thought I had it, but on my computer, but I don't.
Yeah, so the quality might suck. It says it's 240. Like I don't even know.
240p. Oh my goodness! So what? Shot on an iPod Touch.
Well, it probably was. So it might, like, it very likely again would have been a 2019 phone. So
That's funny.
live probably looked a little different. So here it is. Here, let's just see. Okay, we're gonna come back to here. And we're going to go to settings, and we're going to go to, we're going to go to present video. Downloads. There we go. So let's see. Right there. Oh, this is the song that there's PED right there.
This is what we opened with.
This was the calling of the councils, I think.
That's cool.
So, yes. There's Zoe. There's Zoe. Ernestine.
Elena Francis.
Manitoba. Look at that right there. There he is.
Hero.
2019 Kody. There you
Little
go.
baby Kody.
Little baby Kody.
I still got that same jacket, but longer.
Deadly.
So that was a great day. That was the calling of the councils with Zoe and Kimmy D. And Kody, Charlotte's got a question for you here. Charlotte asks, do you have a person or a group who support you and help you to be a support to others?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, I do most of my work through the government of the Northwest Territories and then the nation. It's all run under the Assembly of First Nations, and that's where I get most of my support from. And I just try to work with nonprofit organizations that support Indigenous people.
Excellent.
Hero.
Yeah, 100%. So it has been delightful to have a visit. Brennan, do you have any other questions for Kate and or Kody?
No, just was super good to see you guys. I'm super glad you guys are doing good, and it's always good seeing you guys. Yeah, I'm just super proud of both of you.
Thanks.
I know you guys overcome a lot, and I love watching you guys do your things.
And Kate, do you have any questions or comments?
No, it's just been really, really nice to spend some time with Kody this week.
Excellent. And Kody, any sort of last thoughts or?
No?
Oh, Kody, just so you know, Charlotte says, I want to be added to your support.
Where are you from?
Here.
About 2 blocks away from here.
You guys should all go out for supper.
2 blocks away. I bet you $1 if you stopped by on the way back downtown, you'd get a big hug from Charlotte.
Definitely.
At the end of the day, the reality is that we are just so blessed when I think about our circles, and we are always so grateful that Grandmother Kate is part of that circle. Even though clearly right now we're freezing her out in the downstairs here. I know her well. Like,
Did you at least give her the heater?
oh,
You're off.
Oh my god!
it was disrupting the audio. But then I'm watching.
That was the excuse.
Freeze, lady, freeze. But I'm watching her, and she's literally like she's like
Frozen.
shattering. Yeah. And Kody, just so you know, Kody doesn't have his glasses. I can tell this, but she says, "I'm only 83." She says, "But egg salad maker and cookies," and she is our
Those cookies and egg salad sandwiches.
yeah. And
USA salad.
she and Carol are absolutely fantastic. Lana says, "A beautiful show with beautiful people, definitely needed. Thank you all for all you do to ensure youth matter. Sending all love and hugs." Hearts back to you there.
Lots of gimmicks.
The reality is it has been just a treat, Kody, to have you here in our community this weekend, and I am so thrilled that you are it is just thrilled that we got to hang out this weekend. And know that there are lots of folks like Charlotte and everyone else in our bigger circle who will have your back if you ever need it. And Lana does say it's not really that cold, or else Kate would have her hat on. My friends, it was a short show tonight, but we have some pie to eat. So at the end of the day, we are just so grateful. I'm so grateful, Brennan, that we get to hang out on Sundays. And as I said at the beginning, at the front end, who knew that Saturdays so many things happened in the world? And Sundays are fun because, again, tomorrow morning I'm going to do my best to sleep in. And I'm trying, Kate and Kody, when we did the show on Saturdays, I would drink a lot of caffeine and I'd be like up and geared to go. And Saturday night,
watch a show.
Yeah, and because I could stay up later, right? I could stay up until like 11 or so, or 11:30. Because for me, that's late. And but when we moved the show to Sundays, the absence of caffeine was making me like yawn while people are telling me, like, I'd be like, ooh, while people are like telling me about like how they've overcome something. So I'm trying a new strategy of bringing caffeine back to the show and taking Monday mornings off. So I haven't successfully done it yet, but I'm going to try again tomorrow. Just keep trying every Monday. My friends, it is just a wonderful day to be grateful. It's a wonderful day to be kind. We had a great meal tonight. We shared a great meal, and I'm grateful for my friend Polly, who dropped off venison for us, and who had harvested it and brought it to us, so we could share it with Kody, and he could have some country food. I'm just grateful that for all the challenges that are in the world, and they are real. These challenges are real that exist in the world and in our lives, that we don't have to actually figure them out all by ourselves. Like, we don't have to do it alone. And aren't we lucky that on a Sunday night we get to sit here and share space, virtual and in person? And yeah, it is just an absolute blessing. So a shout out to our friends at home. We will see you next Sunday night, eh, Brennan?
Yes.
Yes, we'll see you next Sunday night. You remember I said I've been sending out all these emails, no one's responding about guests and stuff. And I did get an email back from the Prime Minister's office because we had reached out to them, and so we are going to have some of the new members at some point in the near future of the new Prime Minister's National Youth Council. We will try to get some of those folks. Kimmy D has joined us, sending my love to all. She says, I don't know, Kimmy D, if you saw, but we just saw 2019 Kimmy on video. And so if you didn't see it, if you came in a little late, hit rewind and check it out, because goodness, you had this like short little haircut. Yeah. Anyways, friends, good night. Safe travels. Kody back to Toronto and back north next week. You and your family, as always, will be in our thoughts, and we'll keep sending you love and encouragement as you try to walk in that red road and that good road. And again, just know that if you need something, these people in this space will have your back. That we don't have to. Isn't that beautiful? We don't have to do it alone. So, okay. Well, my friends, Bamapi. I was going to say sayonara. I don't know where that was coming from.
Sayonara.
And Kimmy D says, we got you, Kody. And we do. So until next Sunday, friends, have a wonderful, wonderful week. We'll see you next Sunday night.
Bye.